Alright, welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Maddening Classic, Magic Only Run. This is episode 1. If you saw the other episode 1, no you didn't. I have fixed my audio issues, and because of that, we have restarted. So, of course, here we are going to start with the female Byleth, in order to get Sylvain nice and early. So, basic rule set is, starting with the Mutiny in the Mists mission, we will only be able to use magical attacks, magical combat arts, and gambits. All physical attacking is forbidden. I also decided that I didn't like how much cheese I did on the first time. I don't really find that all that entertaining, so we're gonna be a little less cheesy this time. So the one and only big cheese we are gonna do is, on this first map, we do still want to get Edelgard HP plus 5.
Let's take care.
So that'll be our one indulgence, so to speak. So, for this mission, Dimitri and Claude are punching bags, and we take all of their stuff away. They don't need it.
I will prevail.
I had kind of half an idea to send Byleth down the Pegasus route in order to get Darting Blow, but it's just way too hard to get Lance EXP, so
Stay focused.
I'm just using the Lance because it's fun.
You say you.
It does also give me a little extra flexibility with how much damage I do,
I have held back?
which you will see on the next map.
We'll advance.
Well, how was that?
So at this point,
Yes.
just like last time, I am going to let Edelgard get hit a lot by keeping the bow on her and letting the enemies just wail on her, and hoping they miss. I only really need average luck to pull this off, so as long as my luck doesn't stink, it'll be fine.
Think this through.
And since the sword guy has a better hit rate than the axe guy, sword guy needs to die.
You fought well.
And we're just gonna speed this up just a little bit so that we don't spend a whole lot of time here. Alright, so Edelgard is basically done getting HP plus 5. I actually could have stopped a turn or two earlier, because she'll get a couple more points just from the rest of the mobs, but hey, it's fine, we were pretty lucky, so.
Failure is not an option. Be mindful.
So, she now has 34 HP in addition to her 6 protection. These numbers will be important later. I'd say I'm sorry for using Dimitri like this, but I'm really not. It's good for him.
Use caution.
I will prevail.
We've been actually really lucky this run because all of these 70% hits have been hitting. So that is not a luxury I usually
Each battle,
get.
a chance to grow.
Usually by this point I'd already be pretty low on vulneraries, but I am in good shape.
Think this through. Should I have held back?
Okay, so time for the boss trio. That's not really a great level. I mean, HP and defense are nice, but no strength or speed or magic is kinda rough. Anyway, Claude steps into his new role of punching bag rather well. And since he couldn't attack back, that means that Dad cannot kill steal, so there.
I will prevail. Your defeat was inevitable.
And officially here on this map, the condition is if anybody dies, we lose. But fortunately, the AI is stupid.
Be mindful.
What? I'm the...
And here's the next fun thing. Dad's ability actually matters here. Since he sealed strength, Costas can't kill Byleth in one hit. So as long as we can get rid of the other guy, Dad can't kill Costas, and we can do it next turn.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Since Costas is locked to only attacking Byleth, we are totally safe. Look, here's a bunch of guys you could totally kill if you wanted to, but you're not going to. Anyway, we finished the map. I would have liked to have gotten Edelgard to level 2, but that's okay.
I appreciate your help. Your clear former cap.
Alright, we're just gonna skip some of this beginning stuff here. Y'all know the drill. I am shockingly picking Black Eagles. You couldn't possibly have known that. As far as this challenge goes, I think it's the middle difficulty.
Your heart,
brother.
Golden Deer has Lysithea,
Oh,
and Blue Lions has, nobody. So!
with each, it note pay carefully.
I am using the DLC for one very important change here. Glasses. I considered using the DLC, but classes would certainly make this easier, but I also kinda don't want to make this easier, so we're doing DLC-less, other than glasses. Alright, we're gonna zoom a little bit. You don't need to see me run around too much. There are 5 shinies on this first half exploration, so we do try to find all of those. At least one of them is usually a rare spot, so we will go grab.
Professor!
And we luck out and get both of them. So, the first spot is a 50-50 herring bait. The second spot is a 1 in 4 chance to get Angelica, or a 1 in 4 chance to get Nord Salet. I'd prefer Angelica, but I can take Nord Salet and get Angelica next month. Hey, I'll take it.
All right.
The rest of the day plays out as we all know. We're just going to take up all of the basic quests. Except I forgot to get the dining together quest before actually going to the dining hall. That was very intelligent of me.
Well, there's the Professor, I've got a small favor to ask.
And shiny number 5 is tucked back here in the corner. And for eating together, I don't exactly have a whole lot of options. There are 3 girls, so one of them gets left out, and I'm gonna choose for it to be Edelgard. Because she's not gonna get her magic for a while, so I'm gonna try to keep her fairly low level for a bit.
Ooh, I think...
Nice! I knew I could count on you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to adjust everyone's goals around a little bit. Doesn't matter for a while, but, you know, if I don't do it now, I'll forget. Pretty much everyone gets either reason or faith, and most people get authority. Linhardt we're gonna put on solo faith, just so that he can get physic nice and early. Caspar can go kick bricks, because he is not going to be used. At all. And then Ferdinand and Petra I put as solo faith just so that they can get heal as fast as possible. Alright, and just like that, it's time for the first mission. Ferdinand's birthday here doesn't really matter, unfortunately. We don't have any money. And on the same note, training up Ferdinand early is not super useful, because he's going to take a while to get anything magical. So, he is out, and Bernie is in, and I spent a whole lot of time thinking about what would be the most useful thing to get for the Bandit map. You don't really have a lot of opportunity to customize your team before then, but this map gives you quite a few options. For most units, going from like level 1 to level 3 is not really that big of a benefit. Like, yeah, you might get a strength or speed point, but it doesn't really do that much. On the other hand, if I were able to get a magic user to level 5, not only do they get their new class, but they also get double magic uses, because Commodore and Noble have the amount of magic you can use. It's not really possible with Dorothea, because she starts with 4 Thunder, and that's just awful. But Linhardt starts with 6 Nosferatu and 5 Heal. So, welcome to the Linhardt solo show.
I will prevail.
Obviously, the big problem here is setting up kills, because Linhardt starts off being able to do only 2 damage to this beginning set.
Oh no.
But, you know what? We can make it work.
None of yours.
I have had so many Maddening runs die to this stupid Ashe right here with a 7% crit. And Edelgard gets a fantastic level. Holy shit, look at those defenses. Okay, so we have our first group of 3 enemies. We can only leave 1 alive by the end of the turn, so we must kill Ashe and Lorenz and also give one of those kills to Linhardt. Fortunately, this one is super easy, because by using Miasma here, we have a single HP left for Linhardt to claim. And now, since Edelgard was able to damage Ashe on enemy phase, we can take him down pretty easily. Ignatz caps out at 16 damage to Edelgard, so she is completely safe here.
Well done.
Alright, so now we need to get Ignatz down to 2 or less HP. And we also want Bernie to take some damage to activate her personal skill. So this is pretty easy as long as she dodges the crit chance. That puts Ignatz at 12 HP, and the training sword does 10. So once again, a perfect feed.
I'm not setting.
As far as 2-point levels go, Dex and Defense is actually not bad for Mage Chan here. And Big Nats falls, giving us another 1/3 of a level for Linhardt. Okay, so as I'm heading over to the other side to get Claude, the one important thing to know is that I do not use heal here, even though there's obviously targets for it. The healing formula takes in the user's level, which means that heal will always be roughly 12% of a level if it's boosted by Byleth. So, 12% of a level 3 is more important than 12% of a level 1. Alright, so we use Bernie to pull Claude out safely because she's the only person who can attack from 3 range. Whether or not she hits here doesn't actually matter. She gets 2 hits at Claude and one of them needs to hit, but the second one has better odds. And thanks to the way these rocks are shaped, she has a nice safe spot to take one more pot shot. The great thing here is that Hilda caps out at 14 damage to Bernie, so Bernie is once again safe. Alright, so this turn is a little bit scary, not gonna lie. We've got to get rid of at least one of them, and preferably both, because they are scaly. We could retreat Bernie and just let somebody eat another hit, but that's,
I'd rather retreat.
So once again we start looking for the Linhardt kill on Claude. He's up to doing 4 whole damage, which is great, but this one's a little awkward, except that the answer turns out to be Mage Chan again.
Coming out with brilliance. You know that was... could have been sleeping.
And again, if you're gonna get 2 points, magic and speed for Linhardt is actually very good. His speed does tend to suffer a bit, so getting a point early is very nice. Now with Hilda, there is a glitch here, where if I let her live, she will most likely just pass her turn. She would be waiting for Claude to do his vocal line, which is a little bit difficult because he's dead. But she will still pass her turn. That being said, I do feel like that's unintended, and I don't really like taking advantage of it, so death it is! Alright, so I make my way back over to the other side, taking a couple pot shots at the free fences as I go. I'm still avoiding using heal just because Linhardt's only level 2. I do want to wait for level 3 to get just a little bit more EXP out of each of them. And I do have to get Edelgard all the way back up to full HP for this next set. She is going to be the one to pull Dimitri, and she needs all of her HP.
Oh no.
But of course, first up is to do. We pull him with Byleth, we attack him with magic. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Linhardt does a massive 9 damage to him because his res is just that low. And at that point, there's nothing he can do to us. And onto the bigger threat. Now we get to see why I was so set on getting Edelgard HP plus 5. Right now she has 34 HP. That's with the HP plus 5, which means her base HP is 29. And Dimitri does 15 damage a swing and doubles her. So, if we had not gotten the HP plus 5, she would die by 1 HP. In this particular case, she did get a point of defense on level up, so she would have survived, but we had no way of knowing that in advance. So, getting HP plus 5 means she can always pull him safely no matter what her level is. And since we can keep her weapon on, she can do a massive third of his health, and make this whole turn a whole lot easier. Due to Dimitri's lower res, Hubert does also do a third of his health, and that means that Bernie can set up the kill for Linhardt once more. Our second to last Nosferatu is well spent, and we get level 3 finally. This level up does kinda hurt a bit. Magic and res
My training
is fine, but I would kinda like him to get a few more stat points anywhere, really. Things do get a little uglier here because Hubert is out of miasma, so all he's got is a lance, and that's not going to do much against these ranged people. So I just take his weapon away to prevent him from being doubled unnecessarily. Since we are down to our last Nosferatu and we have 3 people to kill, I go ahead and check how much Linhardt would do to Mercy with a sword. And it's 1. That's fun. Thanks. And I actually do make a pretty decent misplay here. If I had used the training sword instead of the iron sword here, Mercy would have had enough HP for me to use curve shot on Bernie instead. But since I used the iron sword, she just doesn't have quite enough HP. So even a normal shot does exact damage to kill. It's a bit unfortunate.
Think this through.
So yeah, this kill just got a lot trickier. Edelgard can do basically nothing. She's way too strong even with a bow. And I kind of forgot where Hubert's lance was for a minute. Don't worry about that, it's fine. I literally just took it away from him, and I'm like, oh gosh, where did his weapon go? Oh no, what happened? I did. So, forgetting that makes me think very, very hard, and I was starting to wonder if this kill was even possible to feed to Linhardt with my very dumb setup. And then I get the bright idea to trade Bernie's axe to him. Not his lance that he's actually supposed to be using, but an axe. Okay, well, it works. I don't know why my brain did that, but it works. So, it means I've got a worse hit rate, but fortunately we do manage to hit, so that part doesn't matter. The less fortunate part with this setup is we cannot boost Linhardt for this kill, because Nosferatu does jack all to Mercy because her res
I'd rather
is
be nothing.
amazing. So, unfortunately, Linhardt does not get the boost on this kill. And Hanneman doubles, so we have to once again use Edelgard to take away weapons. Hubert, you don't need that, I promise. Without a weapon, Hubert survives on 1 HP, which is the most important HP. And Hanneman does the smart thing here and tucks himself into a corner, which limits how many melee weapons I can use. I also have the problem now where Edelgard has all of the weapons and nobody else has pretty much any. But she is too low on HP to safely attack Hanneman anyway, so I just spend her turn giving the weapons back out to everyone who actually wanted them. And you'll never guess who's the answer to setting up this kill for Linhardt. It's Mage-chan! Yay! I do want to be careful to put it in Nosferatu range instead of Axe range, because since I missed one of the kills being boosted, I really need this one to be boosted.
My.
Hey!
So this puts Linhardt a smidge off of level 4, and he still has all 5 heals. As I said earlier, each heal is going to be roughly 12% as long as they are boosted. And Linhardt gets his 3rd minimum level in a row.
I will prevail.
Thank you ever so much. It's a good thing I'm not trying to stat game here.
As you wish.
But we continue. Second heal down, and we are going to start moving toward Manuela. Alright, final heal gets him to 65 EXP away from level 5. That's still kind of a lot, but since he doesn't do very much damage per hit, Manuela might just do it for him. And now we begin the noodle slapping. I was trying to get her to attack Linhardt, but his res is just too high, so she's not gonna do it. So Linhardt's axe does 5 damage instead of 3 that the bow does, but the hit rate is so much lower that I suspect that it would take even longer just due to missing. So unfortunately, this is a slow torture of pokes. It's not as slow of a torture as if I were actually choosing her, because at that point we'd go to turn 99, and that would be fun. This wouldn't take near as long, but the vulnerary that she's holding as a drop item, she can also use. So not only do I not get the drop, but she also gets 30 more HP. Which, to be fair, I do need for Linhardt, but it also makes this take so long. But eventually, the vulnerary is gone, and I start to see actual progress here. Manuela is classified as a boss, but even so, I wasn't sure if with the Maddening level curve, she was actually going to give enough EXP to get to level 5. I was kind of thinking at this point I'd be just shy and I'd have to get it in the auxiliary battle. But finally our time comes, the kill is taken, and I tick over to level 5 by 1 EXP. A single point.
Could have been sleeping this whole time.
And, to add insult to injury, Linhardt gets his 4th 2-point level up in a row. Speed is still really good for him to get early, but his stats are shit. He is below average in basically every stat except for speed. But hey, we got level 5. That's what I was after, and that's what we did. So we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. Next time will be the fishing episode. See you then.